Hello everyone and welcome back to Maple Leaf Reviews. My name is Jeffrey.
And I am Jacob.
And today we're doing another before and after where we take a look at a game before our first play and then right after our first play to give you our expectations and then first impressions.
Exactly.
Today we're taking a look at Quadropolis from Days of Wonder designed by Francois Gandon.
Oh, are you sure?
We're Canadian so we do know a little bit of French.
Oui.
So this is a game I picked up. Days of Wonder. They've been, are known for really high production qualities, really good games. They don't put out a whole lot of games. Mm-hmm. But I enjoyed Five Tribes, which was their last big release. So I wanted to check this one out.
Yeah.
And it seems pretty cool. A city building game. I don't have any really city building games. And it's like a tile placement with some interesting tile drafting from a common pool.
Yeah, it's like a tile displacement placement.
Yeah.
So I'm pulling it off and then you have to put it in a similar section. This game intrigues me. I feel like it's going to be another Five Tribes for me.
Okay.
I love the concept of Five Tribes. It hurts my brain and I get very analysis paralysis when I play it. Yeah. So I don't really enjoy Five Tribes. I think this is going to be the same thing.
Okay.
I think I'm going to be like, oh yeah, this is a cool concept. I can't do it. I think that's what's going to happen here.
So I had to read through the rules. I mean, it seems pretty easy to teach.
Yeah.
Like simple mechanics, but I feel like you said, there's going to be a lot of deep thought going into it. And I'm not sure yet if I'm going to like it or not like it.
Right.
Like, I think it's well designed, but I just don't know if I'm going to like it yet.
Yeah. I think I'm sitting in the exact same boat. I feel like I'm going to appreciate the design for what it is, and I'm just not going to have fun playing it.
Yeah.
But who knows? I might enjoy it.
You never know. So let's get it to the table, and then we'll come back and tell you what we think after our first play.
All right. We'll see you soon.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We just finished our first play of Quadropolis. Now, we did play it two-player and just the classic version of the game, not the expert.
Correct.
So let's start with our first impressions of the art and components.
Right. Art and components, I thought it was really clean cut. It was very nice. It kind of reminded me a little bit of a Facebook app game kind of, little bit of a simple cartoony style.
Yeah. I think the art and components are top notch.
Yep.
Like the little inhabitants and the energy cubes being that kind of see-through plastic look really good. The insert for the box.
Amazing.
Yeah, I think it's probably one of the best inserts for any game ever.
Right.
It's that good. And I also liked how as you were done around, like you clear all the tiles from that age and you could just slide them back into the box. So it kind of like you're putting the game away as you're playing. So it helps with the cleanup at the end as well.
Yeah, that was really tight.
Yeah, so top notch for me, art and components.
Yeah, I would agree.
What do you think about the rules and teaching?
Fairly simplistic, very basic. I didn't have too many questions at all during the course of the game. You got your rules reference sheet, which is very self-explanatory, at least for the classic mode. Yeah. And I had no troubles with that. Yeah,
it was really easy to teach, really easy rule book to read through and understand what's happening.
Okay.
Basically, you just, put out a guy, you take a tile, put it on your board, take those resources. Yeah. Pretty simple.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, on to the theme. Did you feel like you were, being a mayor, planning a city, building it up?
Maybe a little bit, yeah. I mean, because you're organizing the tiles based off of where they're going to give you the most points, which they've kind of built it around how a city kind of should be built.
Yeah.
You want a park near all these apartment buildings so people can go to the park, which is what you have in real life. So it kind of made sense that way with the scoring. So, I kind of felt like I was building my own little city. I liked how I was building up with the apartment
towers,
buildings. That felt cool. Yeah, it was,
Yeah, I felt more like I was planning to build a city than actually building it.
Sure.
Like, I'm like, okay, well, this is where we're going to put the harbors. Yeah. This is where we're going to put the energy stations and the shopping malls. Felt like it was more of the planning stage than the actual building stage. But still, I still felt like I was doing what the game was was bringing to the table.
Yeah,
build it. Like,
kind of felt like you were more having like the roll out of a blueprint. And
exactly.
You're just like, yeah, okay, we're gonna put this here, and
stuff
and
like
then
that.
oh no, we can't do that anymore because Jeffrey took that. So okay, well, what if we did this instead?
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of so yeah, for sure.
All right, so on to the meat of the game, the gameplay and mechanics. Now, in the before section, you had mentioned about 5 tribes, that it might be something, a little bit more difficult that you couldn't wrap your head around.
Right.
How did that stack up against after the first play?
It was a lot more straightforward than 5 tribes.
Yeah.
There was still a little bit of, okay, I'm going to use this number and then it has to go in this row or this column, and oh wait, that's not going to work for what I'm doing. And then having to also realize that, okay, I can't go on this side because someone's already put a thing there, and then this black pawn is blocking off these 2 rows, and so I can't go and get it. Well, maybe I can get it from this angle with this number, but okay, no, that's not going to fit into my building plan here.
Yeah.
So it was there,
Right.
but it was simpler.
Yes.
I didn't feel like I was like, oh man, I don't know what to do. I think only one point in the game on one turn, I was just like, I can't figure out what to do here because I was kind of blocked off in so many places.
Yeah, I definitely feel of the 2, Quadropolis and 5 tribes, this one is less brain burny.
Yeah.
Like, the options are there, and there's a lot of them. But in 5 tribes, there's so many options. Like, you pick up a stack, and you're like, oh, I can go boom, boom, boom. I can go boom, boom, boom. But in this one, it's, okay, I only have a 3 and 4 left.
Exactly.
So I know that I can only take the 3 or 4.
Yeah.
This way. So it kind of limits the options as you go through a round, whereas in 5 tribes, there's always tons of options.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I definitely like the game, I think. After the first play, I said I didn't know if I would like it or dislike it. I definitely think it's a great game, great design, and I did enjoy playing it.
Right. I'm a little torn. I'm not sure what I think of it yet. So we're gonna have to. I'm sure that we're gonna play this more.
Yeah.
I would definitely be willing to play it more. And then once we have enough plays, we'll do an actual review. But as it stands, I kind of feel like the randomness of the tiles coming out, and you can kind of get screwed. It's very kind of go with the flow,
Right.
because the tiles just might come out in such a way that you can't finish that row for your harbor, because you're trying to get a long row, and you might have like the 1 and 2 spot left open for column. And I guess you would also possibly have the 4, but then trying to use those actions to get those tiles when they're being blocked off, it's just, you can't get there because of what other people are doing. So it's just kind of roll with the punches and build as you go. Kind of, you have a very vague plan, but you can't just go, okay, this is what I'm doing, and you get it done.
Yeah.
You got to roll with the punches.
Yeah, and I think playing with more players, because in a 2 and 3 player game, not all the tiles in the middle are flipped up.
Right.
So you're automatically losing some of the options. So if you had 4 players, all the tiles are flipped up.
Right.
So then you always have some options. It's just based on what other people are taking.
Yeah, like half the map is missing right off of your first placement.
Yeah.
And if you happen to flip the tiles in such a way that they're all on one side of the board, then you're like, everyone's locked down to these, these 6 places that you can actually go to.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I'm excited also to play the expert mode. I think a little bit of a longer game, and getting to place even more tiles will definitely help you kind of make a much more unique city than the classic.
Sure. Yeah, I would agree as well. I'm excited to play Advanced. Would you go back and play Classic again?
I think so. Playing Classic would be definitely how I would want to introduce people to it.
Yeah.
Plus, if you're playing with, like, say, your family, and they aren't, as deep into the crazy rules and strategy and stuff like that, having a basic version that you can play with non-gamers, because I think non-gamers could play this game.
Right. Yeah, I think once we have played it a bunch more and go back and do a full review, that's something we can touch on a little bit more. Yeah. But I think that's how it's going to be as well after this first experience play.
All right. Well, if that sounds cool to you, check out Quadropolis.
All right.
And like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It helps us out a lot.
Yep. And remember to go down to the comments section down below and go to our board game links and give us some hearts because we like that. You can also follow us on Twitter @MeepleLeaf.
All right. See you guys next time.
Thanks for watching.